Lads, welcome back to, I think it's episode 81 of Raising Your Vibration. This is a really important episode. You need to do this if you want to win in 2025. Here I'm going to show you the habits that I've implemented recently and will continue to implement into 2025 to make this the best year of my fucking life. And you can do the same. So, I thought I had a good year in 2024, but I made a lot of mistakes. And when it comes to correcting those mistakes, I've done certain things towards the end of the year that will carry through to the next year. And I want to share this with you because if you do these things, you will escape the corporate slavery that you are now still stuck in. You will find your zest for life. You'll have better sleep, energy, focus, testosterone. You'll have better circle of friends. You'll have skills that'll pay the bills. You'll have a better life if you just listen and do these things. Now, these are genuine things that I've done myself. The biggest win of this year is I've stopped drinking alcohol. I'm now 2 months in. I've never done that since I started drinking when I was 15 years old. By the way, let me know in the comments if you think I should shave or keep growing a beard. I look about 10 years older. Every time I get a shave and a haircut, I look 10 years younger, but I don't know. I feel like I suit it, kind of. But it makes me look tired. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, speaking shite now. Honestly, if you do this, you will live a better life. Let's get in. So the first thing you need to realize, especially if you work a job, is you've got less time. Now, it's not a bad thing. Just get better at managing it. Now, I'm not some ruthless fucking calendar tracker. I've never managed to do stuff like that. People always used to say, put it in your calendar, blah, 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 work rigidly, work militant and be rigid, but I've just never done it. I just realized how much time I didn't have, especially working on the rigs, and then use the time that I had. But this is the things that you should do to make the time that you do have outside of work count. Because it's not about how much time you have, it's about what you do with the time that you have, and you need to make it count. For me, I had 12 hours of on-shift work. Now, obviously, I wasn't working 12 hours straight. I would have breaks, lunch breaks, other normal breaks like tea breaks, and then I'd have pre and post shift time outside of sleeping, right? But that wasn't much, honestly. Imagine you've got 24 hours in a day. I tried to sleep for 7, then I worked for 12, we're at 19. I went to the gym for 1, that's 20. And then we've only got 4 hours to do everything else. And really, it's sleeping 8, so you've got 3 hours. Mate, honestly, it was hard. So if you're working a normal 9 to 5, you're blessed. You've got way more time than you think. You've got way more energy than you think. You're probably not fucking up your circadian rhythm on night shift. And you've got 4 more hours of every day than I had. Because I did this every day for 21 days. So you can imagine, it's fucking hard. Now, these are the things that you need to do. No more random scrolling, and you delete all the social apps except the ones that you're going to post on, if you're going to post, right? That's basically what I did. I didn't delete them, but I would allow myself on at certain times if I'd completed my work. Now, the biggest thing we've got going against us nowadays is distractions, right? So it ties into the social media thing. You need to get off social media. It's absolutely zapping your energy and focus and dopamine. Now, I still use it. That's a thing. When you create content, you end up getting sucked into it. But I've just realized when I allow myself to do it and when I don't. And that's basically it. So if you're sitting in a job and you're on your break and you're not reading or you're not listening to an educational podcast or you're not progressing in some way, then you're being hijacked. Your focus is being hijacked because you're most likely eating shit and you're sitting scrolling TikTok while the guy across from you who's going to escape the 9 to 5 is doing the opposite. So here's what you got to think. Every time you pick up that phone and you've got your 15, 20-minute break and then you've got your half an hour or an hour at lunch, you've got to think to yourself, what am I going to do with this time? Is it going to compound into my future or is it going to compound into my never-ending slavery of corporate bullshit? That's the way I looked at it, and that's what I did. I just stopped doing the bullshit, and I used every minute that I had spare. So you should do the same, especially in 2025. It's going to be a chaotic year. I'm sure you realised that 2024 was complete and utter fucking chaos. There's a lot of shit going on in the world, and it's getting harder and harder. So this is the most important year yet. All right? Now, similar to point one, but like unfollow everyone that's just giving you shit. Like if you're a single guy and you follow loads of girls that are getting their tits out and their ass, you need to unfollow them all. Your brain has been hijacked. So focus, unfollow the bullshit, and please, like I've said before, if you're watching the news, get off this channel now. I don't need to say anything else. And also, this is the important. I did this for years, 4 years straight. I still listen to music and stuff, but most of the time it was audio or podcasts, mainly podcasts. It will change your brain. It will download new information. You'll have new belief systems, and it will help you think that you can do this. All right. And also, you're on YouTube watching this or podcast. That's fine. This is not classed as mindless. Mindless is like highly dopamine, like addicting videos that are just brain rot. It's like a longer version of TikTok. Get off it and feed your mind like you feed your body. Hello. So you need to feed your mind like you feed your body. The diet that goes in needs to match what you want out. So if you want a good body, you eat well. If you want a good mind, you consume well, right? And then moving on from that, it's a perfect one. Health is your weapon. So right now, men's testosterone and energy is going down every single year. We're in an epidemic of fertility and testosterone decrease. Not only that, but it's focus, and that's decreasing as well. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health, everything is becoming fucked. We're living in a hyper-processed world with damaging news and fake propaganda and endless amounts of poison in the food, water, and air. Like, once you realize all this, you realize that your health is your biggest weapon. So, like I'm saying, clean eating is clear thinking, and what will enhance your clear thinking is listening to new information rather than brain rot on TikTok. Okay. The biggest thing that I've said at the start of this was no alcohol. Now, this is something you've got to understand about alcohol. There's a reason that everyone you know is addicted to it, and they will not admit that they're addicted to it. But you don't need to watch their words. You need to watch what they do on a Friday and Saturday and Sunday night, maybe even during the week. Alcohol dumbs your cognitive function. It fucks your sleep, your testosterone. It poisons every single organ you have, and it does nothing except for give you a little buzz, and you think it's fun for a while. Now, this is someone who's drank for 13 years. What am I, 28? 15, I started drinking. Please just stop. I don't know how else to say it. If you look at anyone who's getting anywhere in this world, especially with the way it's going and how chaotic it is, they'll not be drinking. There's elite people in this world who give up drinking because they feel like their future deserves a clean, healthy mind and body. And I've only had this epiphany recently, so I'm not expecting you guys to get it. I had mates that used to tell me this, and I still went and drank at the weekend. You have to come through and realize at your own time you'll be ready to give up drink, and you'll realize that the pain of your current existence versus what you want it to be has to be greater. Like the urge for me to live the life that I know that I'm truly capable of was much greater than my need to have a drink. And it took me ages, but it won't take you ages because you're watching this video and you realize that if you want to get out of the rat race, you need to listen to someone who's done it, and you can do it quicker than he did because I was always drinking. So stop. All right. Now, this is something I sometimes do. I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you struggle with actually waking up, like I can just wake up, roll out of bed, hydrate, get some coffee, put some music on, and work for hours straight. No, not a lot of people can do that. Some people need movement, and I prefer to go to the gym later. But if you struggle, if you're still foggy, and you're working like a couple hours, and you need a quick boost, then do a quick workout, right? Also, nobody really talks about this when you're younger, but sleep is the most important thing about this whole thing. If you're not sleeping properly, then you're not going to make the best decisions and you're going to be fatigued. Now, you're working harder than everyone else because you're working on a side business as well as going to your miserable job. So sleep properly. Now, you have to. It's just, think about it. If the guy that's just working at your work goes home and doesn't sleep properly, it's not as big of a deal because he's mindlessly coming into work the next day half asleep anyway. But for you, you're building your escape, right? So if you're building your escape and you're half asleep and you're not giving yourself that like rocket launch of energy that you need. So just sleep properly. And a few tips: cold, dark room, wear earplugs, don't drink caffeine after 12, try and work out so you're actually exhausted and you've earned the sleep, and don't look at your phone late at night. Boom, there you go, you'll get perfect sleep because your energy determines everything. There's a certain amount of input required to get an output to leave a job, to gain the skills, the connections, the knowledge, the confidence, the belief, the will to fucking win in anything. If it's a side hustle, it's content creation, it's copywriting, it's anything. There's a certain amount of time, energy, belief, systems in place that need to be in place before you exit, right? So this all comes down to your energy. You've got a time width, right? If your energy is fucked, the time will go up. If your energy is like zapped to the max, the time decreases. Does that make sense? Everyone always says to me, Cameron, you're really high energy. How have you got so much energy and stuff? And maybe I am naturally got like ADHD and a lot of energy, but I do these things. And it makes it even crazier. And I do notice as time goes on, if I eat shit and I drink alcohol and I don't sleep properly, I'll be just as moody and narky as the next guy. So it's like, yes, I've got maybe some sort of genetic advantage where I'm just full of energy, but I do the things that even make it even crazier. So there is that as well. Just be conscious of what you're doing to your energy because your energy will get you out of this shit. Next, I've spent over 12 grand on courses and coaching. Stopped buying things I didn't need to. Like, I'm not got a mortgage, kids, fancy car, all the fucking bullshit, watches and clothes. I honestly don't. I realize that knowledge is much better than getting material things. And I'm not saying this is forever. I'm just saying until you get to the position that I'm at, or even further. Like, I look at my mates, they haven't got this stuff. They're still investing in their knowledge because everything can be taken from you apart from what's in here. So when you invest in yourself, your self-development increases, and so does your life. Your life will follow. Your life will change if you strategically invest in coaches, courses, people that are ahead of you. Get around guys that are doing the same things as you for your goals. Just do it and stop buying. Here's the thing: stop buying bullshit. But I'm not telling you to cancel Netflix. I still watch Netflix. Oh, you're going to hear all this testosterone and self-help gurus telling you that you can't watch Netflix. Well, you can. I've still got life. I still got chill out time. I still chill out with Emma. I do all that shit, right? But my main, even now, most of my money goes to coaches and courses because I always want to aggressively build my knowledge and skills because that's the thing that's going to get you to an abundant life. It's not buying shit that you don't need. I buy things that will help me get more money. Now, later on, when I've got disposable income to more, it will be like investing in assets. But the biggest asset right now is me, and it is for you as well, because this is what got me to here. And right now I'm in Vietnam, so the context is I'm obviously making money from a laptop and living in Asia. That's what I mean when I say get here. Look, it's really important that you get this into your head. If I could go back and say, stop buying takeaways, stop buying alcohol, and only focus on the education for a little while, I'm not saying doing it forever. Do it for a year. This is what 2025, how to dominate 2025. It's not going to be easy, but if you do these things, I promise it'll work. And also, your brokey friends will not understand this. They will try and get you to continue to drink, take drugs, eat shit, waste time. They need to go. And this is why it ties nicely into 5. Cut ties with energy vampires. Find guys that are a little bit ahead of you and join communities. Like, I've got one myself. Just click the link in the description. You can join us. I think there's 45 guys at the moment. It's going to continue to go up, and it's free at the moment. I don't know when I'm going to put a cap on it and start putting a price on it, but right now it's free. So you can click the link, join us in there, and we will never ever be energy vampires to you. We'll always upgrade you. We'll upgrade your mindset, your skill set, and your network always, and then you'll get onto the finances when all that's ticked off, and we'll help you upgrade your health as well, mental, spiritual, physical. We're all in there helping each other. So yeah, that's probably the best place to start, honestly. Your circle determines everything because you're maybe spending time with negative Nancy's. Your family's maybe being negative. It doesn't matter. It can all change within, now it can change, right? And the reality is you don't need to see me in person to start realizing that I can be your friend that's a little bit ahead of you because you've got the online world, you've got communities, you've got these videos. Start downloading new information in here. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter as much what your negative workmates or your mates say. It doesn't matter as much, right? I hope that makes sense. Upgrade your environment, which will upgrade this. And this is the most important part. I just read that because it's so important. You won't even notice, but you'll start taking on their thoughts. okay, maybe actually he's right. I shouldn't start this business. I shouldn't start this side hustle. I shouldn't start taking care of my mental, physical health. Let's just continue to smoke weed. It'll rub off on you. Likewise, it'll rub off on you if you come into our community and you keep watching videos like this. You'll start to believe in it, and you'll actually do it. You'll actually leave the 9 to 5 and actually live a life that you want to. So, this is the thing that holds a lot of people back. Is so I've put this in because this is a habit that I'm going to do next year as well, consistent. And this is what you can take from this: daily action, even when you're tired. Do you think that when I was on the oil rig, I wanted to do half the shit that I had to do? I was absolutely exhausted, physically and mentally. Like I was living on adrenaline and caffeine. I was fucked, man. But it doesn't matter. You've always got more to give, and if you want it more than how shit you feel just now, if you want it more, you will do it. And you're here watching still at 15 minutes, 50 seconds, so you will do it. I know you will. But don't plan to plan. Make a simple plan. Like, these are the habits I'm going to execute on. This is what I'm not doing. And just go for it. And also, when you've done that, when you're in a community that people will help you with, it's basically impossible to fail. Trust me. So, you'll do it even when you're tired. You'll join us. We'll help you. And it's going to work. So just to end on this, this is a reality check, guys. It's not sexy. It's not sexy. It's actually not complicated. But most people will not do it. And that's why most will stay stuck, and they'll stay in a job they hate. They'll never improve their physique, their relationships, their network, their finances. The way that they earn finances is the biggest one for me. Like, I'm not loaded at the moment, but I earn in a way that doesn't like destroy my soul for the first time in my life. So most don't ever do that because they can't get these simple habits in place to elevate them to the next level, right? But you're not most people because you are here. So that was a lot, I know, but you can watch this a couple times if you want. Let me know below if you want this checklist. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. Just watch this video again. Drop me a comment below. Click the link and you can see me inside the community. It's totally free. So I hope that helps, guys. 2025 will be your year. It will be my year. It'll be all of our years. Let's stop drinking, take action, get our bodies in shape, our minds in shape, and let's fucking do it. All right, boys. Peace.